If you clicked on this, your first love has left a deep mark on you. Or you think this is about you. And today, we're talking about first loves. You know the saying, Nunya business? Well, I'm Nunya, and I'm here to make it your business. So let's get into it. So first loves, I think we all have them. If you don't, please comment below and tell me how that's possible. And I'd love to hear your story. But I would venture to guess that most of us do and have had experiences with them, and they're hard to break. For me, memories are a very large piece of me, and it's hard to go away from those memories or let them just be memories sometimes. And this letter was particularly hard to write. I had to voice my opinions on paper, and that makes it more real. And it's easier to think in your head, like, I'm over it, there's nothing. And I'm not saying there's something, it's just, it brings up memories. And those memories sometimes you have to realize aren't all good, and there's some bad, and it's just all the real. And maybe just appreciate it for the piece and the part that it had in your life. So before we get into the letter, I want to talk about Nostalgia Nook, because that makes me happy. Nostalgia makes me happy. Obviously memories, big thing for me. So another piece of my set back here is my niece, who's 11. She has been a big supporter, and you're going to hear so much more about her in probably most episodes. But she wrote 2 of my pieces of artwork back here, and was always and has always been my biggest cheerleader. And this is from when she was, what's the year today? 2025, 4 years ago, so 7. And she put, "Dream are true." And it was times when I was going through a challenging times, like we've heard already, and she is always trying to cheer me up, and it was "Dream are true." And I kept it, and then here I am using it for a piece of artwork in a podcast where my dreams are coming true. And it just really meant a lot to me. And then the next one up, it says Dr. Auntie, as I don't believe I mentioned it in either of the first 2 episodes, which is okay. But I got my PhD in 2023, and it was an arduous, lengthy, grueling, horrendous process to get. But this girl kept me going and kept me motivated to get it done, because she saw all I was doing. And instead of saying, "Oh, why can't you play with me?" it was always, "Auntie, what's your paper about?" And questions that, when I started, she was 3, and when I finished, she would have been 9. So, I mean, it was her young adult life, or her young, not adult life, but her young life, and she always asked very wise questions, and it was never about her, it was always about me, and I will never, ever forget that. So, happy notes, fun memories. Let's talk about the first love. Shall we? I don't know if I'm ready to, but I'm gonna. Are we ready? I'm not. Let's go. To the first love. You weren't the first person I dated. You were the first person I loved. The memories with you are the ones I still cherish, and the ones that are hardest to hold without flinching. I saved a space in my heart with your name on it for longer than I will admit out loud. I guess I just admitted it out loud, didn't I? I won't forget the first. A kiss in the middle of nowhere, a song from across the room that chose us before we chose it. Another song that made everything tilt. The way places had their own smells, food, the outdoors, summer nights. What we had was deep, and it was ours. You saw all of me, the quiet parts, the too much parts, and the parts that just fully did not understand it all yet. We tried to carry that kind of love, while also carrying everything else. We met young. We had dreams that were different, yet ultimately the same. Distance and other people in the picture. I kept making choices like you were always the one. I let go of others because of you. We wanted the love and the life, both, and sometimes both is heavier than two people can hold. I won't rewrite the hard parts. There were miscommunications. There was cheating. There were emails I have memorized, and a broken heart that kept going back because I believed in the love I knew was there. And yes, I broke your heart too when we were not at our strongest. A lot of it was immaturity, and I could say I wish I'd done this or that differently, but those threads are a part of my lifeline now. There's a version where we stay friends. That isn't ours. I had to cut it clean. No soft fade, no maybe someday. The feelings were too deep for halfway. I couldn't stand near an ember and pretend I wouldn't breathe it back to a flame. You cross my mind sometimes. It doesn't knock me flat the way it used to, but there's still a twinge. There are too many songs, to be honest, to count, that can find me wherever I am and press on that little bruise that was left. I let it. I breathe. I put the moment back where it lives. Just like the small box that I still have in a place where only I know lives. I don't take it out too often anymore. And when I do, I don't make it prettier than it was. I just look, remember, and return it to its place. I can name the costs. How often I couldn't fit anywhere else because part of me was still holding the door open for you. How I edited myself to survive the almost. How I tried to keep the love and chase the life at the same time. And I can name what was good without forcing a bow around it. You were the first person who saw me in so many more ways than I could even count. That mattered. It still does. I'm not ready to label it gratitude just yet. I'm not quite there. I'm somewhere in between. Not angry, not healed, just honest. So this is the honest place I'm standing. You were my first love, my heart's first full yes. If we pass each other someday in some ordinary light, I hope the real smiles show up. Maybe a nod, maybe a hey, maybe a when we say nothing at all. But for now, I'm choosing a boundary, a breath, and a life that fits me. And I think that's enough truth for today. Always and forever, a different sign-off that only that person will know. Signed, a nickname only that person will ever know. And that's the first love letter. And it's tough. Yeah, I feel a lot of feelings, and I'm glad I got it out. And I've said it out loud. It makes me feel a little bit better, like I can breathe a little bit easier. So I like to talk about a memory track. Song, I mean, there's so many, but there is a song that not necessarily was ours. It's just one that I still hear, or that I hear to this day, that makes me think of that human. I can't quite remember the words because I think you kind of get lost in them sometimes, but it's about just someone you remember every now and then. And that's the title of the song by Garth Brooks. And I'm thinking maybe we should just listen to it, and because who doesn't like lyrics? I've always been a lyric girl since compact discs, when you had to read the, what do you call it? The sleeve, I believe it was called. I think it was in cassette tapes as well. But I've always been a lyric girl and what the song meant. So this is when, like, if I'm driving in my car, this is what, if I hear it, I'm like living in another land. So let's listen to it. I think you can only play Garth Brooks on Amazon, actually. Garth, he just does it right, doesn't he?
last night. Warm breeze stirring up the soft moonlight. Every now and then.
It's just one of those things that, like, it brings you back to a time, right? I mean, ultimately, I think we get the picture here. I don't think I can go into more of that. That's a one you need to listen to alone, I think. But it's just about remembering the moments that you had and realizing that you have the life that you want and you wouldn't trade it. You wouldn't trade what you had with the first love or the life that you have today. And it's okay to think about who was a part of your life and who left a mark. And I think that's where I've finally felt peace. Obviously, it's still emotional. We just saw that. But I feel a peace over me and I'm able to talk about it more than I've ever been able to talk about it before. So that's progress. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah. So I guess the marketing moment in all of this, because we all know that I love marketing and that's my gig, is that you only learn through experience. It's not learned unless you go through it. And that's the point I will leave you with today, my friends. The next letter that we will be talking about is a letter to myself at 23. So I guess we know who the person is that we're going to be talking to, but I think we all have those pieces in our lives. I'm 43. That was 20 years ago. That's 2 decades ago. I'm a completely different human, and it was a emotional yet exciting letter to write. So I look forward to sharing that with you next. And thanks for listening, Black Sheep. Stay honest.